I started way back in 1989. At that time I was with a company called United Property Consultants. After that I moved on to SK Brothers Realty, and I was a sales manager for Kuala Lumpur, for at least Kuala Lumpur division for a couple of years. Then I moved on to mainland real estate. I was a GM, general manager, for a couple of years again. And that was the time I did my exams. The real estate exams would take you at least about 4 years to get your license. So that was the time I set for my, at that time was 7 papers, 9 subjects. And I passed the papers, 2 years of internship, and then I got my license in 1994. I went into my own practice way back in 1996. Then I started up with Synergy only in 2010, where 5 of us came together and joined up a firm called Synergy International Realtors in Berhad. That is where we are today. Property investment is pretty good currently. If you look at throughout the Klang Valley, there are a lot of developments coming around, and many developers already maybe enjoying brisk sales, and they have a lot of value-added services towards whatever products that they are selling, so that the customer actually gets a lot of benefits in return. The only downside to it is the pricing. The pricing is way above reach of a lot of Malaysians. Okay, so the pricing mechanism is something that the developers have to look into. This is where the Malaysian government has actually come up with affordable housing, right? But in actual fact, because of the progression of real estate, prices will move up as development moves out of the nucleus or the city center. Okay, so now you can talk about land prices in city center maybe going for about 1,500, maybe 2,000 ringgit per square foot. Okay, and built-up areas going for maybe even equivalent to that, especially condominium prices right in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. But those who had invested earlier would have seen a very good capital appreciation over a period of time. What we did in real estate way back 20 years or 15 years or 10 years or something like that is totally different. How you acquire a property, how you market that property has changed. How do you push that property message across to potential customers? Those days when we advertised was only in the Malay Mail newspaper or the Star newspaper or the News Straits Times or the Berita Harian or Sitju Jitpo, something like that. They were the main vehicle. And of course signboards. And of course flyers. Okay. But we were limited. Those days also got no handphone. So that's a big problem. Sometimes you wait for your customer, the customer don't turn up, you don't know what to do. Okay, you probably hunt around looking for what do you call a pondok telephone, which nowadays is a rarity, you know, kind of thing. But things have changed. So now you see what has changed. Now you got the mobile phones, the pagers came, the mobile phones came. Now you have social media, websites promoting various kind of things. You can go online marketing. Tremendous. It has changed tremendously. And I believe that is the way that this industry is going to go. And all those who actually want to be involved in this industry, if they actually want to do the art of selling and buying and renting or leasing, online media, that's the way to go. The future is very, very great, but of course you have to take into consideration how the government is of the day or of the future. What are they looking at, and what kind of trends we are looking at. And Malaysia being a very multi-ethnic country, so you have diverse populations, what kind of things they're looking at. But if you ask me, the future is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting in a sense that the way the real estate industry has evolved so many years to what it is now and what we can foresee in the future. Maybe people will start buying properties just through the net. You probably have a virtual tour of the property, right? And maybe you just go there and look at the location, or don't even look at the location and just put your bid for it rather than a price. It can happen. Anything can happen because they're innovating so much. The developers are coming with so many innovative technologies that to appeal to the people, to differentiate that product from the rest. So we don't know in 10 years time from now, in 20 years time from now, whether many of us will be around or not. But the fact is, there will be definitely a variation. There will be a varied kind of list of properties available for consumers. So the growth will be really tremendous. And I see a good future for the real estate industry in Malaysia. Developers, for me, is if they can somehow appeal to the Y generation who are just starting off, who may not be able to depend on their parents for their down payments, looking at the prices that are being charged right now. How developers can come up with more affordable properties. Time will come, because unless the income is in tandem with the capital appreciation of properties, then I think it's okay. But sometimes it's so difficult. If a property right now in Subang Jaya or USJ, 22 by 75 is around 800,000. For 800,000 for a young yuppie to pay, his initial down payment, deposit itself is about 80,000, not taking into account his legal fees and stamp duty. So if developers can actually come up with projects or properties where it is affordable in a sense that they can afford it in one way, and also maybe flexibility in financing that over a period of time, so to make it easier for them to acquire properties. That is for developers. Real estate professionals have a lot of things that are in store for them. I'm not at liberty to share with them, but this is a very good profession as long as you feel that you are there to help people. Real estate is not actually selling properties. It is about selling emotions. Emotions in a sense that you're selling a property, why? You're buying a property, why? Is the emotion that is the biggest factor there, right? And when selling professionals can understand that emotions of buyers and sellers, they have half the battle won. Understanding your customers is one of the most key ingredients to become very successful. But real estate professionals, I would advise them to sit for the exams, get your own licensing, and in time to come operate your own firms, because the license will be with you till death lah, so to speak. So there is income for you at all times. It's how you grow your company. That is for real estate professionals. Investors, they will be there. They are always around. Okay, whether they are bulk investors, single investors, they will always be around. The idea is they always follow certain marketing gurus who tell them where to go and invest and where to see very high capital appreciation, or how to flip that property within 2 years or 3 years or within 1 year of acquisition and make a sizable profit, of course paying your RPGT or whatsoever. But the investment climate in Malaysia is still pretty good, because if you speak to any property professional, the property prices in Malaysia are relatively low if actually compared to Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia to a certain extent. So Malaysia is extremely safe to invest and continue investing, because there are tremendous opportunities. Prices will definitely go up. It's never a question of coming down, unless there is a severe national calamity, which I don't think will happen, right? But in most cases, you're quite safe, because it's the best hedge against inflation. So investors, this is the right time for them to invest in whatever properties that are available in Malaysia.